But with the reality hitting us with the cold weather moving in, we realized that we really need to get our butt in gear and start checking some of our systems. And we thought we'd bring you guys along today.
Winter is here early. It's not even winter, guys, but it's already in the 50s in our basement.
So we woke up this morning to a chilly morning, and we have for a few days in a row, and we've been putting the wood stove to use.
It was snowing in the house, guys. It was 58 or 9 degrees. So it was almost the ice skating rink. That's what I felt like, right? And we're not ready for it, truth be told. We are not entirely ready for it. However, we do have 4 years of experience, this is our 4th winter, right? So we got 4 winters worth of experience on how to survive in what is essentially an off-grid scenario, because we live in rough, right?
We are. We're living pretty rough.
We live in pretty rough. It's getting better though. It's every year we learn something new and we get better at it, right? Like this year we got like at least half the wood we're gonna need, baby. We already burning it too fast, too early. Like we'll have to figure that part out. But I'm gonna tell you what, it was so cold the last few days that it was like amazing to get up and go stoke a fire, and the wood was burning good, and I was like, man, I am glad we did that a couple months ago, because this stuff is warming up the house beautifully.
Yeah. But with the reality hitting us with the cold weather moving in, we realized that we really need to get our butt in gear and start checking some of our systems. We know some of the challenges that we have during the cold weather.
Yes.
And we thought we'd bring you guys along today on that journey of checking our systems, sharing with you how things work for us.
Yeah, on like a reality basis.
Yeah.
It ain't easy.
But this year, it is such a blessing that we're going to actually have our first full year of burning wood and warming our house with a wood stove, which is a true blessing.
I actually think last year we burnt.
Almost all year?
All year.
All season?
Yeah, but we had to put the heater on a couple times, but that's because it had gotten so cold. I don't know, we'll have to go back and check. How about that? But the fact of the matter is, we are more prepared this year. We have the fireplaces a little bit better. Yeah, we got that damper in. We got a bunch of wood. We got us a new wood shed, which is helping us get the wood prepared to burn. And that was a fun project too, man. That's a few videos ago, but we had a blast building that thing as well. And I'm glad we got all of that done, because if nothing else, we were able to warm our house without breaking the bank. Yeah, so that's something that we learned last year. Running out of wood is a bummer. If you need it, it's even worse, because like you're burning hard stuff, hard to burn, wet wood. So that being said, we got some of it figured out. Yeah.
This year, Marcel and I was able to stock up this first section. Tell me more about the first section of wood, babe.
So the wood in the shed all came from 3 little goats. They had some wood piled up at the back of their house from a tree felling from times past. You feel me? And they were like, hey, come get this stuff. And like a year later, we made it. And here it is. We brought it home. We split it up and it's stacked. And this stuff is amazing. I also have some of that pine tree that fell down mixed in there. I know I'm not supposed to burn that, but I mean, a lot of people do. We're just going to be gentle about it, right? We're not over burning that stuff. That being said, we've got what I believe to be at least, it's about 2/3 of a cord, I think. 2/3 of a cord right here. Over here is the second trip to 3 little goats. Because they had cut a tree down, for their awesome project that they got going on over at their house. Yeah, and they hooked us up with this hickory, and it burns amazing. Actually, that stuff was hickory as well that they gave us, but this is like, this was fresh hickory. So it's only had a couple, 2 or 3 months now to cure, but I'm using it. You can see there's a dip in there now. I'm using that stuff.
Yeah.
And it smells great. Our house is awesome. It's already getting that feeling, the nostalgic feeling of Christmas is already creeping up on me. And I'm like, dang, tomorrow's Halloween, guys. You know what I mean? But there it is. And there's that awesome shed that we built.
Yeah, this was a fun little project that Marcel and I did.
So that's the first step. We started this many months ago, getting prepared for winter. Let's move on to the next, because we all know that we're going to be warm this year as long as we don't run out of wood. And we might even have a lot of chicken to eat. I don't know if you can hear dinner's cooking in the background.
We got some chicken stuff to deal with, you guys.
Which is honestly something else that we have to take into consideration, because when the big storms come in, you gotta think about your farm. But before we get to that, guys, the next step for us, which is very, very difficult to maintain. It's not just difficult to maintain, but physically it's difficult to maintain psychologically for me at this point in time. Being this far into this life, I'm struggling with this. So that being said, if you guys are enjoying our content, make sure you give us a big thumbs up. We could really use it. Maybe hype our video, show us some love. We love you guys when you do it. Subscribe right now, holler down below. Let me know where you're from. And as we go through today's journey, you let me know what you think about our processes and what you would do if you were in our situation. Would you add? Do you agree with what we're doing? Who knows? We lost most of the time, guys. So let's get back after it.
All right, guys, this next part is like our arch nemesis when it comes to the homestead struggle. So this is one of the things that we have to do on a regular basis.
It's bobbing for apples, guys. And if you've never done it, I wouldn't do it in the winter. Nah, come on. Let's go this way. This is what this is about here, guys, for us. And this is why I struggle with it, is because if I had the funds, I would already have my septic installed. And if I had my septic installed, I would have water in the house, because I would have a place for that water to go afterwards. And until that happens, this is the life we're living. And it's tough to wrap my mind around it after this long. In the beginning, it was kind of like fairy tale and exciting and rustic, and we were doing it. Now I'm like, holy crap, man, we still doing it? And what is that? That is supplying yourself with lots and lots of water, guys. So as you can see, we have many buckets that we fill up, because what happens in the winter time, guys, is the pipes freeze. When the pipes freeze, we run out of water. When we run out of water, we run out of security. Life goes upside down. It is not pleasant. It's scary, stressful, all of the horrible things when water runs out. So we try to make sure that we're stocked up and prepared. We got these buckets that we fill. This camper has been storing about 30 gallons of water in its tank, but that's been sitting there since last year. So part of our process will be to drain that tank out, refill it, maybe put a little bit of sanitizer in that water, bleach or something to sanitize the tank, and we will have our water set up. But it's not easy, guys, because if the pipes freeze for too long, you run out. If you don't fill up, if you don't keep up and you don't fill up, you run out, because it's inevitable. The well goes out, the power goes out, the pipes freeze. Something happens at the worst time. And Denise and I can live out of, it's rough. We could live out of a 5-gallon bucket, the two of us, for a day, but it's very unpleasant that way. So we're looking at like 1.5 to 2 buckets, up to 10 gallons in the winter time. And that's being very, very, how should I put this, rustic. You feel me?
So if the camper freezes up, then that means our shower situation is a bit more of a challenge.
Which brings us to the next step over here. So this, I'm not going to take you guys down there and get into too much of my water system. Just know it's hundreds and hundreds of feet of garden hose. This is the chicken water. This is the dishwasher. This is the laundry, and this is the camper. All right. And we've been like, the pipe comes out of the ground, and I got a frost-free pipe and stuff like that, but it doesn't work when it's frozen. It's frozen. And one of the things we do is we put this barrel, that's plastic barrel that they were using, and we put it over it, and we've been stuffing pillows in. I'm like Super Mario Brothers. This is almost the greatest plumbing system ever. Well, not the best ever, but it is something to witness, isn't it?
To behold.
Yes. Behold my masterpiece of crap. There's the pillows. You put that on top. You pack it with pillows, and then you put a lid on it, and bama lama. You got what we call, I don't even know what they call it, but I've been part of it, guys, so I'm guilty.
We just copied the system that they had in place before we got here.
But this year, we're doing something a little bit different. We're going to use one of these plastic bins that my brother gave me when we moved out here, and we're going to build a little house to go around our water fixture for this winter, because it'll make it easier to keep it warm and insulated if it is something that is more manageable than wet pillows. You feel me? But it was a last minute deal for the last few years, right? But now we got to get caught up, baby. So we're going to use that, because inside of here will be our heat tape. That if you guys don't know, last year we decided to buy heat tape for our hose. It keeps us running a little bit longer, at least until everything freezes up, because the well house can freeze up, the lines can freeze up, the camper can freeze up, and all of these combined are in like an order. So usually the hose freezes first. And then like maybe the well house will freeze. And then our camper freezes. So we try to keep them in order as we maintenance them and keep up with them. We actually shut things down, which is our next point. So let's go check this one out.
All right, you guys, so part of our water system here on the homestead is this big 55-gallon drum. And that's where we put our water for our animals.
And what happens in the winter time, guys, is it becomes hard to keep up with chicken waters in the same fashion as we do in the summertime. In the summertime, guys, I can get days and days and days, like 4 days, 5 days sometimes, before I need to refill it. But in the winter time, it can freeze at any time. And that being said, we have to keep up with it much more often, because it is only 55 gallons. I do give each of them nearly like 4 gallons, 2.5 to 4 gallons of water per flock. So we go through it pretty quick. And one of the things that happens to us is this barrel freezes. So one of the problems that we have every winter is the ice buildup in here. Yeah, it would be great if I could have our water up the hill, and we could take this barrel up there and get it plugged in. So we're muscling through it, unless there's like some sort of a way that we could do it differently. I don't know. We'll figure it out. If you got any ideas, you holla. Yeah, but so far we have not had to like starve our chickens of water. Even if this fails us, we still have other options like the pond, which is hard to get the water out of there too, but it's not impossible.
All right, so that is one of our biggest challenges during the winter, is water for us and the animals. All right, it's starting to feel like spring out here again. The grass is getting green and the sun is all shining. Here we are in the back of the house.
Yes, and this is our new wintertime responsibility, which we really didn't put too much thought into, but I did put some into. I knew I was going to have some learning that was going to be required. There is a learning curve with this stuff, and what is it? it is our solar system, which is not very high tech, guys. It's not. I got two 400-watt all-power panels, and they're pretty decent panels, guys, but never not one time have I brought in 800 watts. And as you can see, we racing up on noon. Now it is October 30th today, so we not even in the dead of winter yet. It's gonna get worse than it is. But here we are right now, October 30th, almost noon, and my solar panel isn't getting any sun. So in the summertime, the sun is in front of it a lot. But in the winter time, the sun is behind it a lot. So what I have to do, first and foremost, I learned throughout the summer that this is not oriented very well for this way. Like, it needs to be tilted more north and south, east and west. I'm like, the bottom of this is more like northeast, and the back is tipped more like I don't know, southwest is what it would be. So we crooked. I need to bring the bottom of this more this way so we can catch more of that straight on sun, because even in the late afternoons, then I would lose it on this end because we were tipped too far this way towards the east. The other problem is we had about a 30-degree. That is definitely not conducive to catching that sunshine right now. So what I have to do is turn this for the entire year, but I need to lower this for the winter season. So that's a project coming up. There's a couple of things I want to add to this and change to make it a little bit more secure, because I spent a little bit of last night worried about this with the wind advisories that we had. It's very heavy and it's pegged down, but this is bolted on, guys, and if the sun or if the wind catches this, it could be like a kite. So I'm really giving these panels and this couple of zip straps in the middle a lot of credit, but you have to expect the worst. Anyways, this is a welcomed adventure, if you will. A new responsibility. We'll have to come out and clean the snow off of it. We'll have to make sure that it's maintained. But when the power goes out, guys, this is how we get power in. Plus, we do use this as supplemental power sometimes. Not as much as we should have this year. We got a little bit behind, but I did use it. What I learned was this system is much too small, and my system is 100% portable power stations. Even these panels are portable power. They're part of a portable power system. This is obviously not portable, the frame, but that's the only thing that's kind of like a real home system, is having your panels secured somewhere. Otherwise, we only just on the beginning of that adventure. And then our cameras, guys, we got our security cameras watching for Sasquatch back here, just in case Sasquatch wants to come try to take my ladder and go up a tree or something. Who knows? What would Sasquatch do with my ladder anyways? If you were a Sasquatch, what would you do with my ladder? I know this is off subject just a little bit, baby cakes, but I do have to say it because we breezed over it in the beginning, and that was about our fire situation, burning wood. One thing we did, guys, this year was we put that damper in, but we also bought another section of pipe. But I know that we need to add that extra pipe now, because we had our fan running on the other side of the house, and the smoke was coming over the house and then coming back down with the wind and drawing into our fan and sucking it in the house. So I'm hoping that by putting that extra section of pipe, it gets us above the peak of the roof, and maybe we won't trap as much of that smoke, and it gets drawn down. It'll be up high enough, it'll blow away. Now, that's just theory. I don't really know, but it is code. some electricity is better than no electricity when the power goes out, which it does oftentimes out here in rural America. And in the city too. Our power went out in the city a lot too, guys, just so you know. All right, guys, I am a little bit embarrassed that my tool shed is in such disarray. It has wood piled up in it too, so it's a multi-purpose shed. Some of these tools can't stay outside in the freezing though, like our pressure washer. And we have paint sprayers and things like that. Some things just, you don't want them to freeze, and if they do, then they get damaged. And this is a pretty expensive piece of equipment, you know. It's almost $1,000 for a pressure washer like this. So we got to make sure that we're getting that stuff in the house. And it's not just this. We got lawn mowers. The bad boy over there, it's got a flat tire. We got to get it addressed. We'll have to get it under something so that it's covered up for the winter. And our electric mowers and our vehicles and anything that is outside needs to be ready for the winter. And we're not ready for it, but winter just does not care, guys, at all. It's here. It's here to stay. A chainsaw, we're gonna have to break that bad boy out too, because we're gonna be cutting wood, baby. You know what I mean? What are your winter preps? What are we overlooking? We know that we have a lot to learn still, and we love your guys' comments. We cherish them, we value them. Sometimes I can get behind on how like extravagant my responses will be, but every one of them are read, yeah, and taken into consideration, because we know you took time out of your day and your life to share something with us because you care. Or maybe you want to guide us another way to make things exciting. I don't know. Whatever it is, you took time out of your day and spent it with us. So thank you for all of them, yeah? And then holla down below, let us know. What do you do to prepare? Because what we're about to tell you right now is a prep for winter that is going to make or break us. It's because of other people that we can even do this. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm going to be very, very delicate about saying what I'm about to say. The kindness that we are blessed with on a regular basis, whether we're hurting or we're doing good, is humbling.
Yes.
And it's mind-blowing. And we love you guys so much for it. We know what that means. We know what it means. And we want you to know that we also know that we couldn't do it without you. And although we stand firm on we're doing this on our own, we're not.
You guys carry us through.
You guys are carrying us through. And some of you is no more than, you know what I mean? Some of you has got just mind-boggling. So we want to thank you guys for that, because no matter what, just shoot it straight. Guys, when we came out here, we thought it was going to be like the YouTube dream, like we've seen so many times. And experiences that we had were not what we had anticipated and pictured. And we are very like cautious people when it comes to stuff like that. So we can lose out on a lot of experiences in life because of how we live. And you guys keep breaking that barrier for us. You break down our protection cloaks, and you bring us out, and we're comfortable and confident to share our life with you guys. We want you to know that you are our peeps.
Yeah.
Our people. We love you. And even though other experiences have not been as pleasant, I recognize who our community is. And we love you guys.
Yeah.
So thank you. Now, I've probably gone way too far. All this is going to make it really hard to edit, and we'll just cut it out anyways. Let's get to the most important one, which was what I was trying to get to in the first place. Guys, when I lived in the city and I was making money hand over fist, and we was living a champagne life coming from a powdered milk past, right? We took a lot of things for granted because we just didn't do it. And one of those things was vehicle maintenance. If you guys have been following along, you know I am the worst. I will put things off until it's like, why put it off? It's because there's so many other things that are important, and plus price, right? I try to prioritize what it means to live out here in rural America, trying to make something out of essentially nothing, right? But without these things, guys, especially in the winter time, we will be in trouble, right? We will be in trouble. And right now, we have every one of our vehicles is riddled with issues, every one of them. One came with the property, it's broke down the hill, we got a key for it, but the mouse ate the wire. I don't know what's going on, we might not mess with it, we might, I don't know. The Explorer, same thing, battery's out, it's trashed out. We've beat that thing, and then we let Gage learn how to drive using that around here, so he added a little bit of character as well. Denise's Mountaineer, you guys already know, it's had about 600,000 flats. Those are awesome tires, but you can only poke so many holes in it before it's just looks awesome on the outside. Everything on the inside is a disaster waiting to happen. You don't want to have to change a tire on the side of an icy road in rural America, man. These roads are like this thick, guys, that wide. You can't even turn anywhere. And then our most important, our most important, look, she's got a chipped tooth. Look at this, man. It's braces. Needs braces now. It's got acne. Who knows what's going on, but she won't run. She'll start, but it has a lot of problems. It has problems that will affect its functionality in the winter because the cold air makes certain devices in the truck work, which is the glow plug control module. And that part's like $500.
Yeah.
And then you have to have it programmed. And if you don't have equipment that can program this stuff, then you have to pay somebody. And usually the only people that have that kind of stuff are professionals, right? They're in it to win it. And you add another $300 at the bare minimum. We probably looking at anywhere $800 to $1,000 just to fix that. But then we also got the power steering pump is out, guys. You know that. I've been dripping everywhere, filling it up everywhere we go, trying to nurse this thing, right? And
so we got a lot of repairs coming up.
And the tires on this thing are in bad shape because we drive this everywhere. And it also has all those holes too, but it's a very rugged tire. However, guys, we missing chunks. Like, we are missing chunks. This is actually a pretty decent one, but you can see there's actual chunks missing out of the tire.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This is our baby right here. Not because it's like, oh, how cute. No, guys, this hauls the trailers. This hauls our heavy stuff, our building materials. It is big enough and comfortable enough to have us and the animals in there with additional stuff. And most of the stuff in here works. Plus, the most important part, guys, the absolute most important part is that my wife can take a nap. Because the vibration of a diesel puts her right to sleep. And if you love your baby, you're going to make sure the baby sleeps good. You know what I mean?
I do get really good naps in here. The comfort level of the truck is amazing compared to the Mountaineer. The Mountaineer does handle like phenomenal in bad weather. The truck is just as good because it's a really heavy truck. So we don't slide around and have a lot of issues with it. It's our go-to, guys. We like to haul things from everywhere from there.
All right, guys, so I'm going to share something with you that blew my mind. And it never ceases to blow my mind, but Denise and I have always been very, like, caring people. We love to share because we know what it means to come from nothing. And so we in familiar territory right now to have nothing. And I know we got stuff, guys. I know we got stuff or whatever, but we know what it means to be going down the road that we're currently going down. However, we never let that stop us from helping somebody and trying to make a difference in somebody else's life, because we think that when you do good, good comes back. And we don't expect good to come back because who knows how that comes back. We don't put a label on what, an expectation on what needs to be reciprocated from, you know.
But when it does come back, holy
Boom!
moly.
Man, guys,
You just don't even expect it.
You just don't even expect it. So I just want to say thank you to everybody that's ever helped us. It doesn't matter if it's a thumbs up or a gajillion fun-sized Snickers. You know what I mean? Actually, I got to put the Snickers down. But that being said, we are actually going to be able to fix our vehicles because somebody noticed that we helped somebody even though we were in need of help. And that person made sure that we were able to take care of our things as well, because that person knew that we were actually listing what we ended up giving away, which was a power unit, listing it for like compensation for work that we've done in the past, making reviews and things like that. We were trying to sell it to do this kind of stuff, but we knew somebody that needed it. And we just knew that we could hold off a little bit longer. We can hold off a little bit longer. We can figure this out. Well, somebody else figured it out for us. Yeah. So thank you very much. All of you guys have helped us out.
Yeah.
Man, our channel's getting beat down, guys. I don't know. It's probably mostly me. People just don't like me, and that's okay.
You know, I want to say a really huge thank you to everybody who is supporting the soap store. I do have some Sticky Pirate that will be in stock. I just need to label it and categorize it and all the fun stuff before I can actually put it up on the store. But keep logging in and seeing if it's there, and we'll have some new stuff soon. All right, you guys. Well, we are just abundantly blessed and humbled by all of you guys and your kindness. We're happy that we were able to bring you along for our systems and our checks today.
Yeah, we need to get ready. Mm-hmm. You guys probably do too.
All right.
I'll bet you everybody needs to get ready for winter.
Well, we're going to wrap this one up for now because we got a lot of things on the list of things to do that we need to start knocking out.
Yeah.
So if you guys are enjoying our content, please be sure to give us a big thumbs up.
Bama-lama, baby.
Ring that notification bell.
And I'll let you know when our content is available for viewing.
Be sure to share our videos.
Thank you guys when you do it. We really do notice it and we appreciate it. We can use all the help we can get.
And subscribe if you haven't already.
And if you got a degree in psychology, holler down below and let us know. All right, guys.
We love and appreciate you.
Thanks for watching.
We'll see you on the next one.
Bye.
Peace.
You guys ever watch The Shining?
We living in it.
We living in it. Had to charge up the motorcycle. Guys, I use this thing to do my laundry. You haven't seen the commercial on this thing yet. It's going to be wicked awesome. But I'm going to tell you, for real, even though I wrecked, I'm having a blast. Look at it, it's muddy. Everybody's already probably done a bike review, but it ain't going to be cool like this one.